All right, I'm gonna say it. This action camera is now my favorite camera. This is my review for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Insta360 and Leica managed to pack an incredible camera into this little body. And in today's review, we're gonna check out why I love it and why I think if you're a photographer, you should own one. A little disclaimer before we get started. Insta360 and Leica sent me this camera and they asked me to review it. They said, no holds barred. If I liked it or didn't, I could share all information to you guys. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And a little spoiler, it's mostly good. All right, so this is the camera body itself. It's just like any other action camera. It's got a nice little flip-up screen, just like that. And it's really slick, really high-end, really quality. So a little bit of history about my experience with action cameras. I've only owned one. I owned the GoPro 8 that I bought a few years ago, and I only used it for one project. They're just not for me. They don't really fit my lifestyle, and I don't usually use them to take stills. And this is actually my first Leica, technically Leica, and they really did an excellent job with it. So you can see how small it is, you can see how compact it is. It's waterproof, it's really sturdy, really strong. Probably great for dirt biking or playing out in the mud or doing some extreme sport. But in today's video, we're gonna take a look at what it can do with stills. It's a 50 megapixel sensor and it looks awesome. So the body itself is a standard action camera, but where things get really fun is with this attachment. The Explorer Grip Pro Kit is a comfortable all-in-one grip, and it's perfect for street photography, travel, and everyday life really. It attaches directly to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and it features 2 dials for seamless zoom and exposure control. The shutter button is really clicky, and it's got a really cool wrist strap that helps prevent accidental drops and added security. This grip rocks. It really reminds me of a point and shoot from the 80s or 90s, especially because I love to shoot 35mm film. It really gives me that nice point and shoot feel. I don't use the strap a lot, but would recommend it if you're out shooting all day. The stock lens on this thing is awesome. It's a Leica 2.6 13mm aspherical lens. So if you hit that 2x zoom, it gives you a 26mm focal length, which is one of my favorites. I normally shoot 24 and 28mm, so this is perfect for street photography. One other cool attachment I want to talk about before we look at some of the photos is the flip screen hood. It pops onto the back of your screen and it frames your shot at waist height for a vintage camera feel. It reminds me a lot of a twins reflex. It really unlocks new creative angles and composition styles. All right, so those are the basics of the camera itself and the Explorer Grip. Now let's do a little deeper dive on the lenses. A little bit about the photos before we take a look at them. I shot them all with the native ISO of 100, and I shot them all manually, only using my thumb wheel for exposure. This standard lens is great for everyday shooting. It's awesome for environmental portraits or everyday documentary moments. We took this thing out to a local market. This lens is sharp across the frame. It's great for dynamic range. It's got that classic perspective without extreme distortions. I normally pop it into that 26mm focal length to give it that classic street photography vibe. If I could only bring one lens with me, I'd probably take this one. This lens is awesome. The second lens we're gonna look at is the ultra wide lens. This thing's great for big landscapes, tight interiors, action shots, and dynamic compositions. Some of its strengths are that it makes small spaces feel really big, and it can add energy and movement to your photographs. And I guess some of the trade-offs here are that it can distort some of the edges, and it's not really ideal for portraits. It can really make faces look really stretched and out of control. The third lens we're gonna look at here is the close-up or the macro lens. This is gonna be best for those detailed shots, textures, food, product photography, and creative shots. Some of the strengths are that it's surprisingly sharp and it has a beautiful background separation for such a small system. This is where Leica crushes it. The rendering and micro contrast here feels really elevated. The fourth lens we're gonna look at is the cinematic lens. Now, I probably took the least amount of photos with the cinematic lens. It recreates the magic of the big screen with a cinematic 2.35:1 aspect ratio. And we took a few photos here at this cool little market near the water. I really want you to notice what it does to light. It has this really cool bloom effect. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the 4 lenses, we're gonna look at 10 of my favorite color profiles that Leica and Insta360 have come up with. There's some really cool ones baked into this camera. All right, first up are the Leica profiles. These 4 Leica profiles are really professional looking and some of my favorites on the camera. The first one we're gonna look at is Leica Natural. Leica Natural is low saturation and high contrast for the iconic aesthetic. This is a dope profile, and I actually prefer it over the stock profile. It'd be great for everyday shooting. Next up is Leica Vivid. It's for high saturation and brightness, enhancing the warmth of a scene with rich, colorful shots. I found this profile to be a little bit too saturated. It made some of the colors pop a little bit more than I'd like. But if you're into really colorful photography and positive film photography, I think this could be your jam. Next up is Leica Eternal. It's rich colors and strong contrast with a signature magenta tone, suitable for fashion photography, modern architecture, and scenes that need a bold style. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. We really like taking fashion photography shots with this one, and my girlfriend Eve pointed out that it reminds her of old Instagram photos, and I've got to agree with her there. The last in-camera Leica profile we're gonna take a look at is their black and white profile. It emphasizes dramatic light and shadow contrast. It's great for any scene. Yeah, this is just a beautiful looking black and white profile. I really love trying to capture the light here. If you're into black and white photography, then I think this is gonna be your favorite. All right, up next are 2 new cinematic profiles that Leica has put inside this guy. Now, I think one of these is really useful, the other one, not so much. The first one we're gonna look at is Retro Neon. It brings a fluorescent yellow-green glow. For me, this profile is way too yellow. It leans heavily into the greens and yellows, and I don't see myself using it. But if you're into that Wong Kar-wai washed out look, then maybe you would enjoy this one. The other one, on the other hand, Vintage Vacation, is dope. It delivers a bright, warm, low contrast look, ideal for shooting towns, seaside views, and architectural details. We took a few graffiti shots with this, and you can see the color here just really pops, especially in the reds. The last 4 that we're gonna look at are the 4 film profiles. These try and mimic film photography, and that's why I love them so much. First up is NC Film. Now, Leica has tried to replicate Fuji's official NC filter. It reminds me of slightly expired 35mm film, and I could really see myself using it in the future for more of a vintage film look. Next up is NC2 Film. The color tone is adjusted to be slightly cooler, emphasizing the contrast of greenery and skin tones. This profile isn't one of my favorites. It crushes the colors and really looks like expired film to me. You could probably get some really cool results out of this if you went around shooting all day, but for me, I didn't find myself leaning towards it very much. But again, if you're into that expired film look, then maybe this could be for you. Next up is CC Film. This replicates Fuji's official CC filter. The contrast remains, but colors are more vivid compared to the NC filters. This CC film profile is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It sort of reminds me of Kodak Gold 200. Although they say they modeled it after positive film, I think it tends to lean a little bit towards negative film. But in any case, it's one of my favorites and you gotta try this one out. Last up is the CC2 film profile. This one simulates vivid positive film colors for rich and bold tones. It's got a slightly toasty look to it and I really like it. It's cool. It's got some grit to it. It's a little muddy at times, but I could see myself digging into this profile a little bit more, especially around golden hour. All right, so there's 4 lenses and 10 profiles that I love with the Ace Pro 2. In terms of workflow, it couldn't be easier. You use a Bluetooth connection to connect your phone to the camera and you send them right over. You could use this cool Leica watermark that shows you all of your camera details in the bottom right-hand corner, or you could just send them raw right over to your computer and edit them in Lightroom or some other photo editing app. All right, so to wrap up some of the pros for me, it's got excellent image quality for the size. It's got that Leica color tuning. The wide angle and close-up lenses are outstanding. It's pocketable and weatherproof, and the profiles reduce editing time like crazy. Some of the cons for me include no flash sync, no histogram, limited manual control, and a small screen for critical focus. In the future, I'd love to see Insta360 incorporate some sort of a viewfinder so that you can hold your eye up to it. All right, final verdict time. This camera is perfect for just about anybody, whether you're new to photography or you're a professional. This thing takes super crystal clear photos with great color profiles. If you're into film photography, I think it would fit your needs. If you're into professional photography, I think it still could suit your needs. It's 50 megapixels, so that thing's massive. You could crop all day long and still get great results. I want to thank Insta360 and Leica for sending me this thing, and there's going to be more reviews to come, so make sure to subscribe and stick around for more. And also, there's an affiliate link in the description, so if you want to pick one of these up yourself, you can check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.